Oh, Christ.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Smokin' Patriot. I'm your host, Common Sense America. And it's a first live stream, so be gentle. It's my first time, okay?
No.
I'm going to drive.
Then no one call me daddy.
So I want to introduce some guests I've got on here today. We got Parvithian here. We got Revan.
Hello.
He's a potato, by the way. So if he starts acting up, just threaten to fry his children, and he shuts up pretty quick.
No, my babies.
Oh my God, man.
And then we got beneath me, we got Armchair Warlord, and just
That could
to
be
his
misconstrued so fucking easily.
And then we also got Travis Laserman here. So. So what we're gonna do, y'all, is just talk about the a very interesting thing that happened in Star Wars called the Battle of Hoth, and I'm gonna throw up some screenshots here.
One of the best battles in the franchise, by the way.
Yeah. So we're gonna go. So here's one of them. Opening battle. This is as it starts. So let me ask the panel here. Whoever wants to go first. What was y'all's? You're watching Empire Strikes Back. What's the first thinking as you're watching this battle? First time, what's going through your head?
At which point?
The whole thing, the whole battle,
whole
or parts of it, or what have you. Just your thoughts on the Battle of Hoth.
All hail the Empire.
Well, yeah, that would be one thing, especially for me. But Travis, why don't you open?
The first time I saw this, I was completely blown away by the fact that the scale and just how they made it this nonstop death march to victory for the Empire. Nothing they did worked. It didn't matter. The only thing they succeeded with was luring a Star Destroyer into ion cannon range. That was it.
And really, all that succeeded in was getting some VIPs evacuated.
Now,
it didn't do much else.
Basically,
now, guys, I am weirder than you guys, right?
Mhm.
Phil, if you're watching, shut the fuck up. No, so I went to school for film, for multimedia, which a bit of it had filmmaking, and the amount of model work and detail that went into this battle, the screenshots that you'll see throughout this, guys, are Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But the model making, the detail, the painstaking, the love that went into this makes it even more impressive. The fact that most of these guys were real-life soldiers, so they would hold the gun properly.
Yep. So we got that, and then we got this beauty right here. I love this scene when all of a sudden they see the walkers, and you just see all the guys with their various rifles. You just see them just like getting into position, and they're getting their scopes zoomed in and marked and everything. I mean, you see that shot, and you're just like,
It's also kind of that moment when you're the motherfucker out there with like a Springfield and like a king tiger comes over the hill and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit?
what am I supposed to do with this shit?
So, for those of you who don't know, a bit of Star Wars real-life trivia. Mark Hamill was in a car crash beforehand.
Yeah.
And his face got pretty much fucked up. They used the Battle of Hoth as a reason that his face got fucked up.
Which is
clever.
not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
No, that is the entire reason why the Battle of Hoth was written. Because Mark Hamill was in a car crash and his face was noticeably different, which is why he looks different in Star Wars Episode 4 and Star Wars Episode 5.
Yeah, he's much more baby face earlier on, and then he sort of got trash compacted.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. So
let's let Travis continue his thought.
yeah, go ahead, Travis. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I mean, the battle itself was incredible to see something so one-sided being portrayed on that side. Because normally in these kind of films, and let's be honest, it's plot armor through the ass.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it finally made the Empire not look like just retarded Saturday morning cartoon villains.
Yeah.
A lot like how that's one of the reasons why I liked Rogue One, because Star Troopers were an actual threat.
I agree. Yeah, that beachhead was bad shit.
Yeah.
That was a good fight.
You saw them using actual tactics, you know, and I've always heard this argument. Well, a Rogue One, you see them getting slaughtered because it's a funneling point. They're shooting at all the guys coming out, but once they start hitting some open ground, you see them as a true threat. They're actually using tactics and squad maneuvers and everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the stormtroopers, I mean, in Rogue One wiped out the Rebel commandos.
Yeah, the shore troopers
very
and the
quickly.
death troopers posted there were fucking them up, even with their initial ambush considered.
Yeah.
Like the Rebel commandos, I don't think it lasted more than an hour on the ground. They were
was
wiped
not
out.
a victory. That was not a victory
Yeah.
for the rebels by any means.
No.
And even the big motherfuckers, the big hero motherfuckers they had took the fuck out before the Death Star ever hit the damn planet.
Yeah.
Hello,
So-
Zebulon Pike. Welcome, man. Hey, Zeb, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. This is his first ever live stream.
Yep. First ever live stream, first attempting to try and do something bigger on YouTube. So yeah. So just gonna keep trucking along. But go ahead, Travis. I think you were still saying about the battle.
Right. Really, the big thing to me that stuck out about this, that shot.
Yeah.
Hold on that
That
shot
one.
for a minute.
Yeah.
This shot made you realize that we're fucked. When you look at it.
I mean,
Now, what's funny is you could see the puppeteering arms on the front of that one walker. That's kind of funny. But let's be honest. You look, you see the dudes, and then you look at these giant things coming over the ridge, and you're looking at those guys going, "What are you going to do against that?"
yeah.
It's
You
especially
watch-
more evident after the first one of those things fucking hits something and it just explodes.
Yeah.
But what?
This is like the perfect world of armored infantry carriers. They got what is it? Ship plating?
I think they had.
Well, if you
it's
see when
heavy armor.
they're shooting at them with their anti-armor weapons, their anti-armor cannons, they have shield generators on them.
They do. Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
I actually
guys-
pulled the two turrets you see up a lot.
Well, there's a quote. I have a quote here actually
okay.
between Thane Kyrell and Yendor, apparently before the Battle of Hoth. They're the most heavily armored ground vehicles in the Imperial armor. So what you're saying is that you have a thorough knowledge of just how screwed we are.
That
Yeah,
does sound about right.
But guys, talking about going back to Rogue One, looking at those things, what I absolutely loved about the walkers was when they were hitting the side by the face and they were ew, and just turned.
Oh, with like that missile.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it just turned around going, "The fuck you just do?"
basically. I mean, so this turret, which I have pulled up here, this is the one you see. It kind of has like I always called this as a kid the radar dish cannon because I didn't know what it was called. This was a light anti-vehicle weapon used originally in the Clone Wars. They were easy to produce, very mobile, and could survive in almost any conditions. These were only powerful enough to take out an ATST, a chicken walker.
Yeah.
And you compare that and this, which is an anti-personnel heavy repeater, against this.
Yeah. They have heavy weapons. They've got anti-infantry. They've got anti-armor weapons. They've got
But
heavy armor.
Yeah.
They have two
is sort of
heavy,
it's
two
sort of a starter
heavy
squirrel
laser
with legs,
cannon
right?
turrets, 4 anti-personnel blaster turrets, and a dorsal twin laser turret mounted on the back.
Yeah, you don't really
I
see
mean,
that one much.
I mean, conceptually, the AT-AT is sort of a Star Destroyer with legs.
yeah.
Basically, yes.
But this is what I don't get. Why did they make them so slow?
Well, because something that walks that way could not move fast or safe.
Yeah, but put it on wheels, put it on floaters. Why did they have
No.
to put it on?
They had something like that already, but they were going out of service.
Yeah, remember the ATTE was
Yeah.
it was faster, but
But it was also considerably less durable.
it was a lot. I
They-
mean, these things are basically because also another reason why they're so high is because those guns have a much longer range because they're up higher. I mean, anti-vehicle turrets couldn't scratch these things. Blaster fire couldn't scratch these things. I mean, starfighters were the only thing that with enough firepower to take it out.
If you
The
look at
thing
it,
about it is,
honestly,
well,
If I
one at
recall
a time,
correctly, AT-ATs actually moved much faster than they were depicted as moving on Hoth. They just walked into combat on Hoth.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
I'm looking something up. I'm gonna see if I can get a.
guys, if you look at it, they actually look like they're basically folded up chunks of ship.
Yeah.
when you consider them for what they are, it makes sense because instead of going for firepower, speed, and agility, they went for defense and firepower outright. So what do you have to lose? You have to lose speed.
Yeah.
Which it goes against this whole theory that the Empire cheaps out on everything.
Yeah.
Well,
also,
rebellion
I suspect,
propaganda.
Yeah, I would kind of have to roll it. There were certain
also,
things...
I suspect they may have had a tactical reason for sort of moving slowly into position, which is they probably did not want any rebels to escape.
Well, there's
Right, so
that.
they wanted
There's also
to-
the fact that if you charge in too fast, you haven't really got any idea what might be hidden over there. So you can charge your entire armor column right into something that would fuck it up.
They probably wanted to slowly move into position and saturate the area with firepower to basically prevent any rebels from escaping, and also to allow the assault force to penetrate into the base easily.
Don't also forget psychological warfare.
Zeb pointed this out. It was the Tarkin doctrine. Big, slow, intimidating, and unstoppable. They almost never came into contact with anything that could damage them, and they were supported by infantry and light vehicles. Which, by the way, that does something that bothered me about the Battle of Hoth, even when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
They mobilized this many of the AT-ATs, but in that entire battle, I saw one AT-ST at best. Why was it not more light vehicle support?
Actually, I have heard a theory about that, which is actually because of the way the Empire approached, the light vehicles that were accompanying them, the AT-STs, were probably all destroyed.
Well, also, if you think about it, they had the weapons to just wipe them out. Maybe they were like, well, there's no point. They're going to get creamed in the opening shots.
Maybe.
Yeah, but also remember, guys, that the rebels were not centralized at this stage. Like, they were still... Yeah, so if they thought that, like, Battle of Hoth, hey, we've got the big lumbering things, they're going to save the small ones for, like, jungle planets.
Well, also, if it makes a bit of sense why they wouldn't want... Because think about it, that's open ground.
Yeah.
If you can't destroy the big ones, we'll blow away the little ones. Are they really going to want to replace those kind of losses?
Yeah, I mean...
Also, don't forget, it's ice, which means you have 4 feet, which those feet are really spread out compared to the chicken walkers, which have tiny little feet. Those chicken walkers are not going to do well.
Let's be real here. One of my biggest issues with Return of the Jedi is how much downplayed the AT-ST got, because they were not supposed to be A, that fragile, and B, that clumsy.
Well, it's also ice.
If you want a good representation of what it should have looked like, look up the Imps, Chapter 2 of the Relentless.
Yeah.
That showed an armor landing in great detail.
And that was fantastic, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Zebulon points out, well, right here, they were originally light vehicle support. The AT-STs were not able to keep up due to their higher PSI on their walking pads, sinking them into the snow.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense. And also going back to this guy here, this turret could take out an AT-ST. And if you know you've got these turrets out there, why would you send out vehicles that can be taken out easily by speed?
Well, you would figure they would have wanted to have them come in, especially if they're worried about escaping personnel or vehicles, to sweep up after the walkers. Because you got infantry, but if you have anybody with heavier weapons, your infantry can still get cut the fuck down.
Right. Yeah. So let's show a little bit more here of the battle. Oh, I love this right here. Okay, we're gonna hold off the Empire. All right, we're gonna do this. Dun dun dun. It's kind of like that's kind of the feeling I get.
It's
kind
like
of
they
like-
expected them to land in infantry only and light vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the,
what
the
you'd
rebel base was
expect.
clearly prepared to fight off a smaller attack or something with lighter vehicles.
Yes.
Mhm.
Not the sort of armored force the Empire actually sent at them, which sort of makes the argument as to why there were not light vehicles accompanying the AT-ATs make more sense, because the rebels didn't have anything that could really scratch an AT-AT, right? Even the snow speeders were very ineffective.
Yeah,
They had
well,
to use physical tow cables.
yeah, well, I mean,
So
Like-
it's like, so why would you send in stuff that's going to get blown up by the pretty substantial rebel defenses when you have heavy armored vehicles that can just walk through whatever they're going to shoot at you?
yeah.
Did we mention at all about why they were on Hoth to begin with?
Wasn't it
We hadn't
because
got to that because we were still
we haven't
discussing the
gotten
battle
to that.
itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but like this scene right here, I remember seeing as a kid. So you see this right here, and then you hear you hear Luke say Echo Station 5-7, we're on our way. Then you see this shot, and you're like, okay. But then as you see the lasers flying left and right, and you see the air speeders just flying over, I mean, that was a beautiful shot to see.
It
I mean,
is.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like the cavalry's here kind of thing.
Except
And it
you,
looks-
now looking at it in hindsight, you're like, oh, those poor bastards.
Guys, I gotta say,
Considering that
I'm
what,
going-
2 or 3 of those snow speeders survived, I think at most.
I'm
Not
going to say
many.
something that you guys are going to hate. Me and CSA agreed on this, so please don't beat me too hard. And if you do, I will scream harder, Daddy.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will. So basically, I think it looks better on Blu-ray. In the
Yeah.
HD modern versions, it looks better.
I don't have an opinion one way or the other because I don't.
I
Really
haven't
have a
seen it
reason.
on Blu-ray yet, so I
Yeah.
can't say that.
You talking
I
about
don't
the
have it on
special,
Blu-ray
so
either.
Revan, are you talking about the special edition?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll tell you why that is. And actually, Retro Blasting did a fairly long video on this. It's because the original cut, particularly if Empire Strikes Back, has never been scanned in at 4K quality. So all the cuts that exist out there are lower resolution than whatever the special editions have.
The special
And
editions
this isn't a matter of old film stock not holding up. The old film stock, the 35mm stock, is all 4K. It's just never been scanned in properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
But
they
okay,
also
that shot.
yes.
When you look at this shot, this is obvious that a lot of this was set up ad hoc.
A lot of it, yeah. They weren't preparing for a land invasion because the whole point is that they had a giant shield to protect the entire base. So they figured, well, they're never going to actually, if they hit us, they'll hit us from orbit. They'll never actually make a land assault.
The idea was that they wouldn't be found at all. It seemed
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
They were really unprepared for this eventuality.
I
for some
always
fucking
had a
reason.
theory. I don't know if it was confirmed that there was a spy.
I never heard any confirmation.
I never heard anything about
Yeah,
that.
but that's the only reason. That's what I said on how they found Hoth.
I
No,
was
it's the probe droid, remember?
yes.
Yeah.
That's how they got found.
That's how they got found because they said, remember, because he says we have thousands of probe droids scouting the galaxy.
Okay,
Yep,
so this might be a good time to bring up the why they were there.
All right, go for it.
And well, because I've been listening to the Thrawn audio comic, which check it out on YouTube, Star Wars audio comics. They're pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was watching that, it recommended a video about what the Rebel Alliance's failed assault on the mid-rim of the Galactic Empire. See, it turns out after the Battle of Yavin, the Rebels got ballsy in the worst way.
Right.
They invaded from the Galactic Outer Rim to the Galactic Mid-Rim and got their shit punched in.
I can't imagine how that could have happened.
I know, right?
Yeah, the Rebel Alliance realized that in the Mid-Rim, it was much a different story. They had more ports, more ships, and they were all closer together.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of real life history.
And because they decided that, we took out the Death Star, we can now beat the crap out of the Empire, they're going to be on the back foot. They were not on the back foot.
No,
It was a material and morale loss, yes, but the Death Star did not break the spine of the Empire. The theory was that, yes, it will. That's not what happened because the Empire already had a robust shipbuilding in the Kuwait drive yards already. They were pumping out, 2 Star Destroyers a year?
I think.
I thought it was several. It was several at least, yeah.
Yeah, it was like 4 a year or something like that. So, okay, we took out 1 Star Destroyer. Well, good luck. We'll have 4 more in 6 months. Crap.
Basically, I mean, because I read somewhere, I want to say it's an expanded universe, but like the Rebel Alliance would amass all sorts of ships that they could scavenge, including a lot of surprisingly CIS ships from the Clone Wars.
Yeah, they're still out there.
Yeah, so they would basically take these ships and try and engage the Empire in straight-on fleet battles. And they'd get clobbered we're talking like 60,
because the Star Destroyer was such a step up from the Venerators. Mm-hmm. They were just a complete one step above them in every way. Yeah. Armament, shields, armor, capabilities, range. And then also on top of that, it could carry more troops, more fighters, and could project firepower far greater than the Venerators. And you look at it and go, this is why the Rebel Alliance had to flee, because the Empire gathered and counterattacked under the guidance of Darth Vader, and they broke all of the Rebel Alliance lines completely. So they fled in terror to not the Outer Rim. They went to what? The unknown regions?
Yeah. Was it the unknown? I thought it was the Outer Rim.
At the deep Outer Rim, like just on the fringe.
They literally went to both. Yeah, they went to both because some of the rebels have been seen in the unknown regions, others have been seen in wild space, and others have been seen on the Outer Rim. Basically, they just went fuck it and left.
So that's why the Battle of Hoth was they were so intent on doing it, because they're like, we're gonna stop this rebellion now, here and now. We're gonna break it.
Yeah.
So the Empire has a vested interest because they were on the offensive, like they were wiping out rebel bases left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rebel Alliance was constantly picking up and moving, picking up and moving, picking up and moving.
Yeah.
All of their base defenses were ad hoc, and that's why. Mm-hmm. Because the Rebel Alliance was like, run, the Empire's coming, and they couldn't stop them. Yeah, they had starfighters, but they were losing them very quickly. And by the way, if you want a good read about a good starfighter pilot, look up the legend of Baron Fell.
You did realize that the rebellion did not win the war, don't you?
They didn't.
They really didn't.
Not on a man-to-man, but they won it through just sheer morale victory.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at it, because say Luke didn't go to the fight with Vader, right? They lost the Death Star. That was a huge hit. They lost the second one. That was also a huge hit. But Vader, and that was somewhere else, they could have rebuilt and continued on. The only reason why the rebellion won was because of Luke Skywalker taking out it was because Anakin Skywalker came back.
Well, and maybe that's a stream we can have about the Battle of Endor. Maybe we can do that, CSA.
Yeah. I've already got that.
If you set up an Endor stream, I promise you, I'm gonna lose my shit because there's so much wrong with that fucking battle, especially on the ground.
Well, and also this is something I think the expanded universe is never really addressed adequately. I mean, I'm sure they did a little bit in the old EU. They certainly did not do it in the Disney, which is sort of the okay. We killed the Emperor. Now what?
Actually, yes, they have.
Well, yes, they did address that in the old EU. I'm not.
Yeah, the Admiral Thrawn trilogy is good.
No, they have. Yeah. They've said what happened.
Well, yes, they said what happened, but there's sort of a so what and now what thing, which I think the New Republic got established a little bit too easily.
It did. But what happened with the Empire? Because I've been following the comics. Right.
Well, I mean, it turn into the Imperial Remnant.
It did,
Zebulon brings up a good point.
Which is that, okay, so the Emperor dies, but then, I mean, the New Republic got established fairly quickly after the Battle of Endor.
5 years? Actually, so if you look at the
And
Mandalorian,
Zeb, that's a solid point.
Yeah.
Because without their unified leadership, you had too many Moffs and too many officers fighting over who was going to be in charge of what was left.
that is literally what happened. Was the Moffs and Grand Moff, actually the Grand Moffs all killed off their Moffs, and they became local warlords. And then the last bit of the Empire was the Battle of Jakku, and that's where they sued for peace. And they were basically shipped.
Well, that's in the Disney timeline. Jakku didn't exist in the EU.
Yeah.
Well, I think something similar happened in.
Well, they actually went to
in the
Coruscant and actually took the fight to Coruscant itself. If you go by the original EU, the rebellion fought its way all the way to Coruscant. Like, they actually defeated the Empire, and then that's why you had the Remnant, which was all the forces that weren't at Coruscant. They were still out there. That's when you had the various warlords and everything form up their own little sections.
Until they got unified under Grand Admiral Thrawn, who eventually became the second emperor, if you remember.
Did he?
Did you ever read the Thrawn trilogy? If you haven't, I say do it. It's really
I need to. I need to. I'm not a book reading man. Remember, I got to get the motivation up.
Okay, well, Grand Admiral Thrawn is a really interesting trilogy. It's a shame it's not canon anymore because Thrawn is an amazing character.
Yeah, because they had to ruin him for fucking rebels.
Blindingly brilliant, cold, methodical, but everything he does has a reason. And if you want a really good look at his character, like I said, read the Thrawn comics because they do him a lot more justice than Rebels ever did.
Yeah.
It's really good, and it kind of explains the Chiss a bit better. But when you look at Grand Admiral Thrawn, who gathered the remnants of the Empire, and he was the most capable commander they had in every way. He eventually became a second emperor, so self-proclaimed, and he took the fight to the New Republic, and they were winning. Eventually, I forget which battle it is where he finally just got stomped on. I can't remember what it was.
If I recall correctly, Thrawn only ever lost because he was assassinated.
That's it. Yes, he was assassinated by.
Well, he was killed by his own bodyguards.
Yeah,
because for some reason Thrawn decided to be evil for evil's sake and screw over the species that two of their members were his bodyguards, and so they found out about this and killed him.
Yeah, but he was actually kicking their asses. Like I said, good books. Read them if you get a chance.
Well, I mean, and I know that we're not all the biggest fans of Eckhart's Ladder here. All right. I know we're not the biggest fans of him, but he actually did, I know, 2 different videos about 2 different battles that Thrawn did and how he used his intellect to win the battle. So I would encourage you to go to his channel.
I don't know Eckhart's Ladder, so I can't say anything about that.
I used to watch him, but for certain reasons I stopped. I'm not going to go on to him here. I'm not going to come across.
Probably guess some of them anyway.
Yeah, but he did. Yeah, he did a lot of battle breakdown videos.
I don't know what went on, but from the communities that I used to be in, that there was a huge push from Lore Reloaded and Anti-Tracker to get his channels back.
Who, Eckhart's Ladder?
For what?
Yeah.
He still had channels last I saw.
No. This is when they got taken down.
I didn't know they were ever taken down. I never knew that.
They were taken down a few times.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. But anyways, I only brought him up because he actually did 2 different battle breakdowns of Thrawn's battles, 2 separate ones. So if you're curious,
I think it's a good. I think I would love. Now, I'm always been a loyal Imperial citizen because rebels are retarded, but I like to see the Empire being portrayed as a legitimate threat rather than the jokes they are. Because when you
This
think
Saturday morning
stormtroopers,
cartoon
you think,
bullshit
oh god,
that
this
Disney
will
has
be
kind of
great.
expanded on them only being a joke.
Yeah.
But well, and actually, the reason why I sort of think the rebels' victory after Endor was a little bit too easy is so you remember that line during the Battle of Endor when Admiral Akbar's like, "We won't last long against those Star Destroyers."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the fleet the rebels brought to Endor was losing against the Imperial fleet that was there without the Death Star. That was a losing battle for them, and they were losing badly.
Yeah, that was, as I recall, that was 20 Star Destroyers and then the Super Star Destroyer. It was, the numbers were close to that for the Empire.
What did that always got me as well? I mean, like, if that was me, I would say on the Super Star Destroyer, I would have like said, say I was an admiral, I would have been like, "Where are you going, you cowards? Get back here and fight. We will have a new emperor one day. The Empire is not dead yet."
Well, I think the explanation for this was that the Emperor dying mind fucked everyone in the immediate vicinity or something. Basically, it didn't make a ton of sense. It honestly does not make a ton of sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And
but we should probably get back to the Battle of Hoth.
Yeah, we're going down. So, but yeah, like I mean, so this battle. So I love this this one here. Like you just see these guys on these heavy repeating blasters, and they're just blasting away. You know, here's another shot right here, and you just see, look at these two guys are just unloading on the walkers, and they're not even making a scratch. I mean, the walkers like you tried to scratch my paint. How dare you try and do this? Let me fire at you with some heavy blasters.
By the way, am I the only person who's got Maxim gun vibes off these?
No, I got those too.
I got those too.
Pretty solid, yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if
let's not forget that some of the heavy blasters, the stormtroopers carries, looked like water cooled machine guns.
Actually, they were based off the Sterling M11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean they're heavier blasters, not the Sterlings.
I mean, because even if you look in this shot, some of these weapons here that you see the right blaster rifles, they actually look like they're actual physical guns. I don't know what because there's so many
like ARs actually.
They might have been ARs.
The heavy assault rifle was an STG-44 they modified.
Mm-hmm. You didn't know that, or did you just remember?
No, I just remembered.
Wait, the Rebel heavy assault
rifles were straight up STGs. Yeah.
So
yeah, check it out. If there's a couple of YouTube videos about the guns of Star Wars, and it shows what they were actually based on.
I had a theory, and it's not being confirmed, and it's not being denied. Right? The Mandalorians were supplying the rebels with weapons.
I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock into that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the rebels were acquiring their weapons through whatever means they could. Black market, sympathizers, whatever. I'm getting a bit of an echo, by the way.
Yeah, same.
I just heard
That's coming from armchair.
Oh, I'll tell you what was happening. I was typing on my keyboard and was activating my mic. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, like, I mean, that's the thing about this battle. I remember watching this as a kid, and I just remember going bonkers crazy. And remember, I started watching Star Wars around 5 years old. Okay, so when you're seeing shots like this, and you're seeing all the turrets and everything, and then you see this, you're like, uh-oh, it's about to go down. And then shots like this. I mean, it's this. It's just it's very action-packed, but it's not like a battle that the Rebel Alliance could lose. And this is me as a kid now. The Rebel Alliance could lose, but you still got that hope that they can pull a rabbit out of their hat kind of move and everything. And you see them take down the first walker, and you're like, all right, they know what they have to do now. But as you see the battle progress, like this shot here, you got a fucking turret just blown to bits, and you just see one by one turrets going left, right.
But that
left,
also
right.
shows the determination of the rebels. So all this stuff, what are they doing? They're still firing back.
They were still fighting, and I tried to find it, but I couldn't. You even see when you hear the retreat order called, and you see all the rebel troopers retreating. You still see two snow speeders flying the opposite direction toward the walkers to cover them. I mean,
yeah.
You can say you hate.
I mean, at that point, you could call it determination, but in honesty, it's equal parts desperation.
It's
like,
desperation.
What do? You die either way.
You're dead either way. So the way, I mean, you can't ever fault the rebels for not being, not having balls on them.
At least they tried.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they made a stand. I mean, you saw there was, dozens and dozens of turrets. There was hundreds of men. A couple dozen speeders. I mean, these guys threw a lot at them.
But do you think they all knew that they were just a delaying action?
I'm not sure everybody did. I don't think so.
Well, they knew they were evacuating. It wasn't like they're in the middle of the battle and all of a sudden you hear an evacuation order. We're going to evacuate everybody. Like, they knew they were evacuating the base. So these guys knew we have to hold them off as long as possible to get all the supplies and as much manpower out as possible. I mean, these guys knew that they were probably going to die. I mean, they fucking stood their ground. I mean, you can't fault them for that.
No, I mean, they're like any rebels. Scum. Yeah. They all deserve to die, each and every one of them. Sorry, that's the Empire. Right?
We support rebels. What's this we shit? You got to turn your pocket?
Yeah. Dude, CSA, you bitch. I'm pretty sure that you'll find most of your panel are loyal Imperials for the Empire.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. A wise person needs to have dissenting opinions around him sometimes to get properly educated on the other side.
Wise my ass.
And then, yes, that might be a wise person, but don't forget though, an idiot goes yeehaw, pew pew in a room full of Imperials. CSA, you're the type of rebel that would walk up to us
are you
Imperials.
gonna take that shot? Are you?
Really? CSA, are you
come
going?
On, it's good fun.
CSA, are you going to? You know what you are? You're the type of a rebel that would walk up to a room full of Imperials and go, "Hey lads, how's the Emperor? I hear it was a shocking defeat."
No, I just be. I'd be the one going into like a bar full of Imperials, just grabbing my nuts and be like, "Hey, I got bigger balls than all of you. Your Emperor's dead, bitch."
You want to fight about that?
Dude, don't even start that shit. Don't even, man. Don't even. Come on now.
Come on, let's have this dick waving contest. Come on.
Dude, okay, you know what? Don't make
If
me
I
get
can interrupt this brewing bar fight, I'd like to say hello to Box Ghost. I've never seen before, so hello.
Yeah,
Box Ghost is actually over from my channel.
Hey, Box Ghost, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining.
We're
hit that like and subscribe button,
channel, so that's fun.
Yeah, he left the window open, and we kind of found our way in. I heard he had a sandwich ready, so I came in and I took a shit in.
Baba Yaga?
No, he left his window open. I came in. I took
children to eat. Like, why would she bother?
Seriously.
Yeah,
that's because he's Irish. He just started looking for potatoes.
Those are my children, you bastard.
Hey. Don't forget, I still got your bag of yours right here, and I'm looking for dinner tonight, so shut up.
Are you holding hostages?
I'm holding hostages.
CSA,
and French fries sound really good right now.
Hey. Don't you dare turn my children French, you bastard.
Yeah, fuck France.
CSA, you sound positively British.
Yes,
Wow.
CSA, you're such a white imperialist. You're going to eat my children.
To quote,
It's just like an Englishman to take a bunch of defenseless Irish children hostage.
Damn.
To quote a term from the early 2000s, some of you might know, I'm going to turn these potatoes into freedom fries.
Armchair, I love your history joke. I give you a high five for that.
Actually, speaking about history, this is what it reminded me of when we were talking about when the rebels said, "Oh, we done better," and didn't expect to be fucked in the ass, right? So the Irish, we kind of made our nobles disappear. Far knows what we did to Lord Sligo. So I won't say that because if you repeat what happened, it makes YouTube channels disappear.
Yeah, it's probably not a great thing to talk about.
So,
yeah,
in retaliation, the Irish were told you're not allowed gathering crowds, so we held in all Ireland. What did the British do? They rocked tanks up into the GAA pitch and opened fire.
All right.
Fucking England, man. What about you?
As much as that would probably be a good thing. Let's get back onto Star Wars. No offense, brother, but
ouch.
Oh. Well, I'm just saying.
Well, hold on. You're saying that the British firing on a group of Irish is a good thing, you bastard?
I'm part Irish, you prick.
Fuck you.
And you thought the last one was bad. Now we're just back in the weeds again.
This is why I love doing this crap with you guys. We don't care. It's great.
We really don't care at all.
At this point, this is a real conversation. At least 3 people have gotten beamed with beer bottles.
There'd be beer bottles just wafting through the air. Back. So, AW, how are you?
Yeah, I know, right?
I would just drolly look up from the book I was reading and raise my eyebrow.
Yeah,
I know, dude.
It's like another one for me and Armchair over here. We're not with those guys.
You see Travis and he's in there and he's like, "So Armchair, how are you?" Armchair just leans back as me and CSA throw each other onto the table, start beating each other, and CSA just raises his book up a little bit. He goes, "I'm fine. How are you?" Puts the book back down as we pull each other off the table and be like, "You fucking bastard!" And you're just having a conversation, and then Farm comes over and he's like, "You." See, Travis he's like, "Yeah, so I was out today. I got some," lifts up a beer bottle, hands it to Favre. He's like, "It's already broken." "Oh, thank you." And as Favre walks away.
I probably look at him funny for handing me beer, not hard alcohol.
Yeah,
no, a broken beer bottle.
They're like, "What the fuck you want me to do with this? Get the fuck out of here."
Seriously.
Stabby.
Yes, the Irish shank, the beer bottle.
So I'm just going to say, here's what we rebels do to you Imperials.
Here we go again.
We take out entire Star Destroyers.
Temporarily, sure.
Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Our manpower supplies and fighters get away, so oh well.
Fuck,
it was a good try.
It was a good try. Once again. The only thing stronger than the Imperial Navy is the Rebels' plot armor.
This is true.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, I would like to say that we had a topic.
We did.
Anyway,
it's still in there somewhere.
It's still in there somewhere. We get
before a certain potato decided to narrate the entire bar fight between him and CSA with ongoing commentary.
I know, right? So, anyways, so back to the Battle of Hoth. So, what do you guys think that this battle is in probably the top 5 greatest sci-fi battles of all time?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I want to think so. Even as brief as it is compared to some others, it's still the way it's laid out.
This battle, if you look at this battle directly inspired the battle of fucking the North Pole in Stargate Atlantis between I believe it was the.
Okay, hold up, stop. Let's be realistic here. If you want to cite referential scenes, you're going to be here for days, man.
Yeah,
because almost everything in science fiction that has had a major battle has used this in some element or another since that scene was played the first time.
I was just trying to use one, man. Come on, dude. Be cool.
Well, the issue here is just that it's so fucking prevalent afterward because of what a big deal that battle was.
I thought you were cool, man.
Stop.
Done?
Lord.
Wow.
Anyways, but so even though this battle was done, because Empire Strikes Back came out early '80s, right? As I recall.
Well, since the
came
original came out in '77,
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back came out in '80 because the original
80.
the
Okay,
original
yeah,
came
so-
out in '77.
Yeah, so 1980. I mean, the battle still carries great weight with it. It's still visually very appeasing to the eyes.
I mean, appealing.
Yeah, what did I say?
Appeasing.
Oh, appealing. Sorry, appealing.
Like, are you trying to keep Hitler from taking over Czechoslovakia here?
Who the fuck do I look like? Chamberlain to you?
I mean, you were talking about appeasement.
Ooh.
Oh God! Only thing I try and appease is my stomach with food.
Like the thing,
God.
well, at the end of the battle, if you look at the ships as they're fleeing, what I never got is why did the Empire not just turn their ships and just keep firing as they flew?
That was why they hit that thing with the ion cannon.
Yeah, because
So they couldn't turn their turrets about and open fire on the escaping ships.
Yeah.
Because remember, Vader said deploy the fleet so that nothing gets off the system, which means you didn't have. Remember, it's an entire. He said system, not planet. So you had Star Destroyers spread out over an entire solar system now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if the rebels who flew in and out of this area regularly, they would know ways of dodging the Empire. Because how do you think the Millennium Falcon came under fire? It was trying to escape the system.
Yeah.
So, which
Although
I don't.
In fairness,
ahead,
the Millennium Falcon is much more capable of running a blockade than those pickle ships they were using.
Oh God, those old ass fucking ramshackle frigates.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I like how many of those frigates look like they were literally unfinished ships. There was like
They probably
shit
were.
missing. They probably were fucking unfinished.
Yeah, probably. Well, I love how they always say, well, they were used as transports. Okay, what did the Rebel Alliance use them for? Transports. Why were they in the middle of a battle?
Because
cannon fodder?
rebellion tactics were not always what you would call sound.
It's like because they were transporting them away.
I actually heard a theory, and I don't believe it, but it's a funny theory. So that whenever you see them, they're still loaded with all the cargo pods inside them, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Supposedly, there's a theory that the Rebel Alliance would use these load the transport containers up with explosives and use the magnetic rails on them to launch the pods at Star Destroyers.
Fucking what?
I shit you not. That is a theory to attempt to explain their use in an actual space battle, because there's no other reason to have them there.
Wow.
I'm just telling you the theory.
I
don't believe
understand.
it. I don't believe it, but
I think it's just a
I would
model they have
also-
on
I
hand
would-
and they needed
guys-
to fill out the fleet.
yeah.
Guys, I would also like to point out that throughout this entire stream, CSA's name has been misspelled. Just like to point it out.
Oh shit! It has.
Oh, it is.
Holy!
I noticed.
CSA, how could you?
Come on, man. You're meant to be professional. What do you
know
think
what?
of my name?
Just fucking wow.
All right. Anyways,
Oh, he got the boot.
Oh,
Nope. He still got it up. You're in YouTube prison until wrong thing.
He gave him the boot.
He wants me to get it up. That can only be found on my OnlyFans. But
all
guys,
right,
we're
now stop that.
we've been going for like nearly an hour, so let's wrap it up in about 10 minutes. An hour. So
Is this your stream?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What was that again? Say that again.
Oh,
Anyways.
Oh boy.
So, anyways, yeah, we've been going for almost 50 minutes here.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of had a good. Yeah, exactly.
What topic?
So, all right, that's it.
Jesus fucking.
Fire, I'd edit yours, but I'm not gonna do it. I'd edit your name.
Well, what would you change his name to? Common Sense Wolf?
No. Actually, I don't know, but I'd give me enough time, and I'd probably have something. But anyway,
Common Sense Werewolf.
Common Sense
Guys
Werewolf. That'd be
are
a
a
good
mess.
one. F in the chat. Yes, thank you, Pox.
I guess mine would be common sense physics.
No, you'd be
Common
Common Sense Laser.
Well, lasers are mainly physics.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I think this is a good place to kind of for a first stream. You know, we talked about the topic enough. Unless anyone got any final thoughts, comments, posts.
We probably covered it.
Fuck the,
Yeah, I
fuck
think
the
we're good.
rebellion. The Empire did nothing wrong. Hashtag Palpatine Lives Matter.
Oh jeez.
Wow.
I'm not
Wow.
even.
Hashtag All Rebels Are Bad.
Hashtag free Palpatine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hashtag
right.
Free Palpatine.
Did you guys see that?
Yes.
No.
What?
Don't tell me that was
So,
real.
so this
Someone
one
mis-
moron on Twitter had a
Yes.
that was trying to in their
Oh,
freaking
no.
bio they were trying to do a free Palestine thing, but they misspelled it.
No.
Dead serious.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Man.
This is good right here. All
Oh,
lives
shit.
matter. Except in New York and Michigan.
Oh.
Zebulon, please keep returning, my friend. You are more than welcome here. You are more than welcome, my friend.
Oh yeah, can we keep him around? That's good. I
Yeah,
like that.
Zebulon, you're always more than welcome to
Yeah,
keep
he
watching.
actually might be coming on to onto Potato Ribbon next Saturday.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
Cool.
Awesome. So, so we're gonna start wrapping it up here, y'all. I want to thank everyone who watched this. Want to thank the guest. Y'all want to plug and shield yourselves?
I don't
Nothing
need
to show.
to.
I'm good.
I don't need to. They're literally my subscribers. They know who the fuck I am.
You know, I was trying to give you free press, but go fuck yourself. So, anyways, we
You want
got
to watch?
no. I don't. So the handsome stud right next to me, Farvithian, he's got a YouTube channel called Farvithian Guard, and he does a lot of gaming. It's kind of retro, some newer stuff. It's very fun, very entertaining. It is incredibly profanity laced, which makes it even better, considering his last count was 415 swear words at least.
You
So
counted it, man. Not me.
I know I counted it, and it was fun to count. I'm just saying. So
Yeah, we've been thinking we need to put two counters up on the screen of that. One is how much money he would have spent paying for continues, and the other would have been how much money he would have put into the swear jar.
Nice.
So
No,
but anyway-
we need three counters. One is continues, one is a swear jar, and the other one is how many times he stops speaking a known language.
Fucking hell. I speak
just-
a known language. I just always combine the words the way most people like.
And that
It's
means
true.
you're speaking gibberish.
Oh Lord. So, anyways, check out Farvithian's channel. Awesome guy, awesome YouTuber, great games he plays, fun, entertaining, great time that you'll have there. And then we got someone else here. We have Common Sense Outlaw or Armchair
Aw.
Warlord.
Skip
You
me,
wanna-
why don't you?
Anyways, we got Common Sense Outlaw here. This brilliant bastard here has written a book. All right, he's written a book. It's World War I fantasy based book. Do you want to shill yourself away, brother?
Yeah. So I published my book close to 2 years ago now. It's called The Maiden's War. You can look it up on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, and it's been very, very well reviewed. I've had most people have read it because really enjoyed it. So look it up. It's called The Maiden's War by Tyler Weaver. And I'll post a link in the chat here in a minute.
So, with any luck, I'm hoping to have a book available by the beginning of next year.
Yeah, it's a pop-up book.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Speaking of other books getting published, I am trying to. I've been working on it. I've been working on the sequel pretty actively, so I'm hoping to get the sequel out. I want to say about like Christmas next year. We'll see about that, but I think I can make it.
We also are missing a panelist, and we hope that you're watching. Katala Laris, who streams with Farvithian here and Armchair Warlord. If you're interested in Guild Wars, interested in weirdness, if you just like to hear girls in general just chat away,
long-winded Transformers debates.
That go on for hours. Dear God.
That was like a 2-hour long discussion about Transformers.
The two of us got
really
going for almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
We also have brilliant lines like so many straps, so many dildos, and I don't make my boyfriends do that anymore.
Wow.
Wow, that was just said. That was just
Half in the chat for Katala's Axos.
Yes.
Right.
No, that last one was said by you, Armchair.
Oh.
Did I say that? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, Revan, I'm going to do exactly the same thing I'm going to do in any future confirmation hearing I may be involved with in front of Congress if they ever bring up my involvement in these shows, which is I'm going to say, I cannot recall ever saying or doing anything like that.
It's just when he's there and they're talking about potato revenue, you just see him at the table with his hand in, like with his suit all unkempt, a glass of whiskey and a half-empty bottle, and he's just there with his head in his hand. I do not recall or remember any of these, but yes, do you remember when Potato Revan hit 100,000 subscribers? You're like, oh God, no, that stream, yes. What happened to the donkey? I don't want to talk about it. Oh, that fucking donkey. But
anyways.
Okay. Yeah, that diatribe has gone on long enough.
Yeah, so check out Katala Laris' channel. She does Guild Wars
her
streams.
YouTube name is literally Katala Laris.
Yes. It is.
So check out her YouTube channel. Fun Guild Wars streams that she does them with Farv, AW, and me. Typically AW, Farv and I will join on if we're able to.
Yeah.
And it's, we just have a lot of fun and just chat with the audience and rant about random bullshit and everything. So so I want to thank my guests for being here on the first timer. Everyone who showed up and watched and commented, Zebulon and Ghostbox. Box Ghost. Sorry. I was scrolling quick when I read that.
Are you dyslexic?
No, but I am.
Oh God.
I'm dyslexic. Hey, CSA.
Yes.
Look into chill stream in Thunderdome, please.
Oh my God. This is real. This
you can't expect too much
happened.
from him when he's dyslexic. For the longest time, he thought the part of the American national anthem was "One Nation Under Dog."
Oh, come on! It wasn't that bad.
Seriously, you need to put this up on screen so that
I'm working on it.
It's fucking and I'm looking at the picture of this fucking vaguely human-shaped sack of blubber with green hair. It looks like it crawled out of the bottom of a fucking cesspit.
Right there. Free Palpatine.
There's your level of discourse on Twitter, motherfuckers.
for you.
That was an actual thing that happened.
It's like, and look at the list. It's like a list of dysfunctions: feminist, alt, BLM, cam, ACAB, idiot. Jesus Christ.
We're not gonna give them any more credit than what they deserve.
Hey, guys, we forgot to say, because this is a Star Wars stream, so for legal reasons, we officially have to say that the Disney trilogy sucks. For legal reasons, we have to say this.
Well, it is on record on a legal document now.
Yes.
Wow.
I need to.
You need to have AW show you that document at some point.
Yeah, he's gonna have to send me that. I'm gonna purposefully.
Oh yeah,
save it.
I'll give me a second. I'll post it. I'll post
That's funny.
Let me go find it.
It legally sucks. I love it.
AW, it's in our DMs.
All right, we better get out of here.
Let's get going before
let's get
goes off the rails again.
Yeah. So, anyways, y'all, I want to thank everybody for showing up. Thank you for having fun with us. We love it. I love all of you. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time on the Smoking Patriot. Have a good day, y'all.
Later.
Peace.
See you.
Later, everyone.